around $550 billion. So it's twice the size of the top 5 corporates: HDFC, ICICI, Kotak Bank and Axis Bank. So if you combine the market cap of all this, Ethereum is twice the bigger. So HDFC is never going to Cambodia and do business, or it's never going to, or like maybe it will take time to go them to do business in Nigeria. But people in Nigeria or Cambodia can easily build on Ethereum. So that's how the difference is coming from. And Ethereum was founded by a 19 or 20-year-old guy called Vitalik Buterin from Canada. He's a Canadian Russian immigrant. So thank you. This was it. My contact details, if you want more updates on finance and crypto, you can follow me on Twitter, Shajinesh111. And again, disclaimer, nothing said or presented here is to be considered as an investment or finance advice. Okay. Thank you. We'll move to Q&A.
How do you look at this alternate currency as an effective sort of trade instrument, and over what period of time?
So, as I said, adoption will take time. If most governments are going to be hostile to it, instead of 10 years, it might take maybe 15 years. But the thing is that people have already started using these things as a form of alternate medium of exchange. So there are three unique three things which people look for in the money. One is medium of exchange, unit of account, and the store of value. So people have started using this cryptos for all of these purposes as an alternative to the traditional currency. And yeah, I mean it's just that if governments or the economies are going to be hostile, then it will just take maybe 10-15 years for the adoption.
Sir, I have a question. What is the basis of which
the NFTs are making such crazy valuations?
So yeah, I mean I would agree that 99% of the NFTs are garbage. Only 1% of them have a real value. And as I'm a finance person. I have been a valuer. I have been analyzing real estate from corporates to companies as well. But I can't analyze or I can't value Mona Lisa. I mean, I'm not expert in that. But there are people who will buy Mona Lisa. They will buy the glasses of Gandhi, or they will buy the sword of Tipu Sultan. And people pay a price for that. And there are different reasons and different logics behind that. There are different valuation models behind that. And something similar is also happening in the NFT space. People who have those kind of insight, people who had an insight in Bitcoin in, let's say, 2012, 2013, they bought Bitcoin at like $10, $20. Something similar is happening with the NFT. If you guys know, Facebook changed its name to Metaverse. So people have been spending more and more time on the digital platforms. So once the VR, the virtual reality and AR comes in, people will start decorating their VR rooms with all these digital paintings. And these digital paintings can become a kind of a status symbol. So like people in previous generations wore a Gucci bags, or they had this other branded stuff. So from that physical branded stuff, people are moving to this digital stuff which act as a status symbol. So that is currently right now the use case of NFTs or this digital art that people are kind of buying it into. So people who, let's say, bought Ethereum at $100 or $10, they are sitting on so much of wealth that they can, they have a ability to spend on this kind of NFTs.
Yes.
Yeah, presently there is no regulation, right? And none of the sovereigns have accepted as a legal currency. So in view of this, how difficult will it be put a regulation, and what do you see the future of that sort of a regulation?
I think the way things have evolved in last 10 years, most countries are now accepting that, okay, from being a scam in 2010-11 to now they are already at a point of recognizing as an asset. So it's a compromise on the part of sovereigns or on the part of governments that they have no option but to recognize them as an asset, because China has been banning crypto from 2012. Every year they have banned. They have banned Facebook and Google only once, while they have to repeatedly ban Bitcoin and crypto. So and China is the only state which has a capacity to like enforce a brutal regulation or brutal ban. Even they are not getting it right. So see, coming up with a legislation which will say, okay, ban this and regulate this, and effectively enforcing it, there is a big gap in it. So even with China not able to do it, it will be a challenge for any governments. And as I said, they have already come at a compromise position that from recognizing as a scam to an asset in 10 years. So from asset to currency, when will it happen? It's just a matter of guess and speculation.
Thank you.
1 second, sir. Before that, on this note, because it has some relation to this, I would like to ask one question from the audience online. Mr. Hardik asks, isn't it fiat currency that gives boost to value of bitcoins, like stock after March 2020?
So yes, there is some truth in that more the governments print, more this digitally scarce assets like Bitcoin and stocks are going up. So let's say there is no limit on the fiat currencies or the government currencies. 40% to 50% of dollars printed or existence in the current system has been printed in last 2 years. So government can print infinitely. Corporates have some limitations. They can't print the equity shares like Paytm, and we have seen like if they print unlimited equity shares, then market will crash. So there is a kind of cap on what even corporates can print as in a form of equity. But in the case of, let's say, something like gold or Bitcoin, which are naturally scarce, so gold is naturally scarce through the natural properties, while Bitcoin is scarce through the cryptographic scarcity. So that is why when the fiat is being printed, stock markets are going up, and even the digital scarce assets like Bitcoin and gold are going up. Gold is also up from 1200, 1300 somewhere per ounce to around 1800, 1900 dollar per ounce. So yes, I mean each asset class or each even say let's say food and energy prices are going up because of the continuous supply of government fiat into the system.
Yes,
You know, I will look at it from 2 points of view. One is the global, where you go on printing. I don't know how long US can go on printing. Somewhere they need to stop, and somewhere the future generation has to pay that debt, right? So that's today it's an endless game. That's one part of the story, and correspondingly the effect of US across global currencies. Second is the aggregators. Now the new aggregators that are coming up, possibly in India, could be one of the first one, to have lenders and borrowers on the same platform. And people are working on those aggregators. We should take care of what you talked about, Bitcoin platform. I'm talking about same blockchain technology being used for aggregators system. So what I feel is tomorrow the world is going to arrive at a global financial regulatory framework. Now what will be the world reserve currency be is a different story.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
That's a different matter.
That's a different matter. But that's what we are heading towards. Now, whether at that time the technology, same technology could be used to arrive at a global financial regulatory system with some degree of different world currency. What would that be? I don't know.
So there are interesting like scenario analysis being done, and again, like each actor in this system or in this are acting from the game theory perspective. So one theory which is being kind of like most people are betting on or they are speculating on is that there will be kind of a cold war between, let's say,